insane?
Bill, don't!
Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
Bill!
Same outcome.
Oh, God! I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
You see, F for Bill. 3 months later. Like I said, this is the part I saw. Check this out. This is the plot twist.
Miles, wake up! Your house is on fire!
Huh? What?
You see, I told you it was funnier when I did it to you.
Yes, hilarious.
What's the matter? Have a rough night?
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
You see? Now we have our dead partner's voice in our head. This is basically the part I saw because I was working and then I was watching a stream in the back. There were some other cases, but I really don't remember anything about them. Now we are like this with Bill in our head, and now we're going to investigate stuff. And this is the start of basically our adventure. We're haunted by Bill. I do want your quiet for good, Bill. No, I'm gonna say I just need a break now and then.
It's no personal slight. I just need some quiet time, or I'll go insane.
I get it. We all need our space.
Yes.
I know it's not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy.
Bro.
Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become? You at least still have yours.
I feel like you're making me go insane, so why can't you just leave me alone? I feel like you're making me go insane. Why can't you just leave me alone?
If you're just as miserable, why don't you just go away and leave me in peace?
Believe me, I wish I knew how. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Yes, I know. Find the burglar from the flower shop.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I've told you several times, although to be fair, if you actually listened to me, I'd still be alive. At any rate, you wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Justice?
Justice?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others. Closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's going to start wondering if you've gone mental. Or just maybe she'll stop wondering.
Hashtag pun. Okay, so save. I'm going to put a new one. 3 months later. I want to check something. If I go over here.
Well, look who's awake. Ready to rejoin the living?
Very much so.
Hello.
You were talking in your sleep again.
Did I say anything interesting?
Do you ever?
You have to admit, she's got you there.
Yeah,
How are you
hashtag
feeling?
A touch groggy. I think I took a bit too much of the soporific last night.
That's what I thought. When you went for your after-lunch nap, you'd barely gotten breakfast down. I saved you some bread and cheese if you're hungry.
Thank you, but I haven't got much of an appetite.
You really should regulate your doses more carefully, love. I'm sure dull senses and an empty stomach aren't much help to your work. By the way, a message arrived via courier for you this morning. I put it on the table along with today's newspaper.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, let's just go back. Casebook. Nothing here. We save. 3 months later, save. Confirm. If we quit to desktop, quit to title menu. Okay. Load game. 3 months later, load. Okay, good. Okay. I was just, doing the standard testing for when we eventually had to quit this recording session and stitch everything up together.
I always like that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother, even if the eyes do always follow you around the room.
The what? What is this? Gyroscope?
That's a fun little apparatus Adelaide got you. Very soothing.
Watching it spin long enough puts me right to sleep.
I'd say that's really more the soporifics doing.
Yes.
I'm certain a permanent indentation in the shape of your rear is starting to form on that thing.
There. Okay.
Wouldn't you say it's time for a change of clothes, Miles? You've been wearing that coat for who knows how long.
So? Addie gave it to me. Besides, it gives me character.
Yes.
Right. Brooding detective in a long black coat. That's never been seen before.
What are you talking about, Bill?
Never mind.
Look at this. Bill's hat.
You should have let me be buried wearing my hat. At least it wouldn't be gathering dust like it is now.
If I'd done that, it would be dust right now.
Heh. Fair point.
No, it's been only 3 months. Poster.
Adelaide's last performance. She could really bring the house down.
Flowers.
Pretty, but I'm glad I don't have a sense of smell anymore.
You see, Bill is like a ghost haunting us. We need to bring it closer so we can move on.
Cozy little winter getaway. That would be a welcome change from the winters in this city. Don't worry, Miles. I don't watch when you and Adelaide are having your private time.
It would be nice if you didn't spend the whole time humming.
I thought you appreciated some romantic music.
The what?
Miles, care to explain what you're doing?
Just checking to make sure everything that needs to be in here still is.
Right. If you start taking that stuff during the day, you're really going to have problems. Adelaide's mother certainly enjoyed pressing flowers. Do you suppose she does more of it now that she's retired? Adelaide's mother certainly enjoyed pressing flowers. Do you suppose she does more? Ha, that poster brings back some memories. That's from around the time you two met, isn't it?
Yes, back when Addie was singing at the Angel.
Okay, so our wife, Adeline, was a singer. That's when
It's
we met.
admirable just how organized Adelaide is. Maybe someday the same can be said about you.
Hey, shut up, Bill. Always with the sassiness, Now I had a sassy dead partner here. Okay, let's go over that. Can we talk to Adeline?
Addie?
Yes, dear?
Okay, so work.
How's work going? You have any appointments today?
Yes, one this evening. It's been a bit slow lately, but pretty soon it'll be debutante ball season, and all the Gascon grand dames will need their hair done. You sure I can't convince you to let me give you a little trim? You've been looking awfully scruffy lately.
What's the point? I've got no need to go peacocking around town. You're the only girl for me.
I like it when you're clean cut. It brings out your eyes.
The way my eyes have been looking lately, I think it's best to keep them hidden.
A little bit red there, you see? A little bit scruffy. Okay, so she used to be a singer, and now she cuts hair, apparently.
How are you? It feels as though we haven't seen much of each other these past few days.
I've been fine.
Addie, you're not a very good liar. What's on your mind?
I'm worried about you, Miles.
Why?
I know, but I've told you, there's no need to worry about me. I'm all right.
need.
You're not all right, Miles. I may not be a good liar, but you can't fool me either.
I am all right. What do I have to do to convince you of that?
You could start by throwing out that sleeping medicine. It's turned you into a different person.
I needed to sleep,
Yes,
Addie.
a sleepier
I'll become an even
one.
worse person without it, believe me.
I know Bill's death was hard for you. It was hard for all of us. But whatever it is that's bothering you, you know you can talk to me about it. That's what I'm here for.
I know, my love. Your support means the world to me. I need some time to deal with things. That's all. It won't always be like this, I promise.
Making promises you can't keep, eh, Miles? That'll end well.
Yeah. So we have not told Adeline about Bill.
I've still got that song you sang last week at the Rutherford stuck in my head. You were amazing.
Thank you, Miles. That was a lovely evening. I always enjoy it when Joseph brings out his violin and we can relive the old days.
Certainly nicer than when he spends hours telling the exact same story whenever you visit.
They were very glad to see you, you know.
It's probably the most fun I've had in months, to be honest.
They've invited us for dinner again in a couple of weeks, if you're feeling up to it.
I hope I am.
Okay.
What's that you're reading?
It's a collection of short stories by James Penstroke. It was just published earlier this month.
Any good?
Oh yes, I love his work. He's been publishing a new serial in Brentwell magazine. I can't wait to read it. Perhaps we both can together? I think you'd enjoy him.
Lately, I haven't been able to concentrate on a page for more than 5 minutes without nodding off.
That is a pity.
I'll let you get back to your book.
Yes, you get back to your book. What do we have
I
here?
always like that painting. It's impossible to see that kind of scenery here in the city.
I have a feeling this is like a alternate history thing, steampunk, because of the airship we saw. And Bretagne is just North America. And that's why this guy says, Bill said his sister was out west, like in the west of North America or something like that.
You remember how much time Adelaide had to spend convincing you to sit for this? At least these days, with ferrotype tech advancing the way it is, these portraits can be done in just a matter of minutes.
Matter of minutes.
How are your parents doing these days? It's been ages since you wrote them.
Miles
I can
Jr.
see why Adelaide calls that plant Miles Jr. It's a spitting image.
Shut up, Bill.
Didn't I give you two that clock as a wedding present? Too bad it stopped working.
Well, it was cheap clock.
Your book collection has always astonished me. Heaven help you if you ever decide to move.
I got way more books than that.
Your book collection...
Okay.
Adelaide's father certainly had an amazing life. Imagine being the personal barber to the Prime Minister and his family. The gossip and secrets he must have heard. That makes me wonder what old Mrs. Hanbrook is up to these days.
We should go and visit Mrs. Hambrook.
Building those model ships was a good way to pass the time between cases.
Model
Hopefully it'll
ships,
be a
you see?
while before you get enough time to build another one. Building those model ships. Hopefully it'll be a while.
Desk.
It's been so long since you used that desk. Did you even notice when Adelaide got rid of the chair?
No.
Bollingworth Ale. My favorite. And a nice souvenir from the Angel. You really ought to go back there someday.
No current case.
Ah, the Havisham case.
Have a
Our
shot.
first time out as partners. First in a long line of successful cases. It's nice to have a memory of the good old days.
Yes, and then you died. Truncheon.
I'd love to see the look on Snelling's face if he ever found out you kept your old truncheon.
Okay. Let's see the newspaper. Remembering the HMS Nigeria. You see, it's now Monday, September 23rd, 1844. Price is 1 copper. The New Bretagne Gazette. Remember the HMS Nigeria. This Tuesday marks the 3-month anniversary of the tragic crash of the HMS Nigeria. Oh. The Nigeria was preparing to make its second transatlantic voyage when disaster struck. The airship burst into flames shortly after departing for England, crashing into Foster Park. All 300 passengers on board, including Her Royal Highness Prince Harold, were killed, as were 54 bystanders in the park. This is like the Hindenburg crash, but more than half a century before what happened in our timeline. Despite the rumors of sabotage persist. Okay, to vow to instill stricter safety regulations going forward, and that the Nigeria sister ship, the HMS Lenore, would be extremely safe upon its completions. Interesting. Gascoigne Grand Dame dies. Madame Laura Dupree died on Saturday. Okay. New Bretagne, you see? Like I said, alternate history. This is North America. Look at this. Dupree was known throughout the community as a great humanitarian for her policy of exclusively employing humans rather than using automated service machines in her manor. Funeral services to be heard. Aethericity is real and is coming, says scientists. The existence of aethericity, a substance said to possess both energetic and restorative properties, was first put forth 2 years ago by Dr. Bennett Clark. Aethericity claims that aethericity exists in small amounts on Earth, but is mainly located in the celestial region commonly referred to as the ether. Okay. Someone dismissed him as a crackpot. Okay. Second bizarre murder baffles police. New Britain police are investigating a murder in Chumley, similar to one occurred in the last borough just last month. Though many details are confidential this time, we're able to confirm that both victims have been male and died from gunshot wounds. Not a serial killer. So Chief of Police Reginald Snelling. This is our boss. Interesting. Okay, see the message. Fordham, big case coming in which I think will interest you. Meet me at the Rowan Coffee House for more details. See Upton.
Upton says she's got a big case for me.
Does she go into any more detail than that?
Nope.
No, but then you know Upton. Always on a need-to-know basis, especially since she's been giving me these cases under the table.
To be fair, they haven't exactly been anything of note.
True, but she's still sticking her neck out for me. I can understand why she's so secretive about it.
I think she just misses having you around the station.
Poor Connie. With you quitting and me dying, she must be bored stiff at work.
Anyway, I'm supposed to meet her at the Ruin Coffee House. That can't be right.
It's not like Constance to make mistakes. She must have gotten in somehow.
Guess I'll head over there and see what she's got then.
Yeah. Message from Upton. So apparently we quit the force, and someone has been giving us cases on the side as maybe like an external consultant, something like that.
I'm heading out for now.
Goodbye, dear. Love you.
Love you
Okay.
too.
See ya. Bye. Okay, so we're over here, Fordham Residence, the city of New Britain. This is the Atlantic Ocean. This is Chumley, Gascoigne, Hodgman River. Can we move? Phantom Swamp, Lyon, Worcester, Rowan Coffee House. Okay, let's go with that.
Ah, the Rouen Coffee House. Worst Java in Lamplight City, but there's no better place to overhear all the rumors and gossip in town. Just make sure you don't get too close to the other patrons. Discretion was never your forte.
Sorry. Well, we get autosaves. Okay. So, can I do a new save or is this just these 4? Okay, let's just try a new one. I'm gonna save case 1. Painting.
Self-Portrait as a Desperate Man by B. Calvert. A bit like looking in the mirror, isn't it, Miles?
Shut up, Bill.
Dr. W.S. Sales Wonder Tonic. The best and safest medicine for both gentlemen and ladies. Prevents consumption, general weakness, feverishness, indigestion, constipation, diarrhea, loss of appetite, flatulence, and head pain. They should also mention that it prevents breathing, heartbeats, and being alive.
Hashtag pun.
Dr. Tennyson's Vigor Pills. Absolutely guaranteed to restore vitality, youth, and vigor or your money back. For use by men only. These things seem to have had a spike in popularity recently.
Huh. I wonder if they're little blue pills.
Green's Sulfur Soap. Beautifies the complexion and leaves you smelling fresh as a daisy. Talk about false advertising. I couldn't get a date for a week after using that stuff.
I used that one. Okay.
P.D. Preston's patented papier-mâché perambulat. Handsomely upholstered in silk, satin, or velvet, and hand-painted in the most artistic manner, as shown in engraving. I suppose if you and Adelaide ever finally decide to have children, something like this will come in handy.
Maybe.
Simon Banks. Professional chimney sweep. Services start at 2 coppers per hour. Inquire at 305 Merrick Lane. I'm sure he's a lovable urchin, but thankfully, your chimney is clean.
Was that innuendo?
Professor Xander Colt Tit III's emulsified soporific, available at all discerning pharmacies. I really don't know why you think taking that rat piss every night is a good idea for them.
Because it shuts you up, bro. You've been haunting me for 3 months.
Not in much of a hurry to clean up in here, are they?
Nope. It's like flies.
He's missing his left arm below the elbow. How do you suppose that happened?
I don't know.
He and his friend are having quite the conversation. I bet it's really boring.
Yeah, I think this is the lady. Yeah, Constance Upton.
Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
Sack of beans.
If this is how they store their coffee beans, it's probably a better idea to ask for tea.
Maybe.
A young woman holding a guitar. Completely the wrong way, I might add.
Weird.
Give me an old-fashioned tea kettle any day. Just one of many patrons contributing to the oppressive thug in here. Judging by the sooty apron, this man is either a metal worker, a chimney sweep, or just really lazy when it comes to washing.
Maybe. What about this lady?
She's running back and forth at lightning speed. Clearly, she dips into the coffee supply.
Yeah, she goes like zoom.
The specialty house brews. These are definitely not coffee. Seems like they have a little something for everyone in here.
So this is booze? Okay, let's talk to Constance.
If it isn't my old friend, up to no good.
Hello, Fordham. It's good to see you.
How
Hey,
did you get them to let you in here?
It's rather simple, really. The owner and I have an understanding. He pretends women are allowed in coffee houses, and I don't report his unsavory business practices to Chief Snelling.
Sounds like a good deal. What sort of unsavory business practices are we talking about?
Oh, we haven't got time to get into that now. But take some advice. Don't order anything that isn't water.
so I got you managed to sneak another case past Snelling's, hey?
Managed to sneak another case past Snelling, eh?
Yes, and if he finds out I did, it won't be pretty. This is a big one. We're not in Lost Cat territory anymore.
So stop teasing me and tell me what it is already.
Do you know Madame Laura Dupre?
I think we read something over there.
Laura Dupre. She's one of those Gascon Grand Dames.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
she?
yeah, we
That's
saw
right.
it in the
I'm surprised you've heard of her. I
The
didn't think you
paper.
cared about those types of people.
She
I don't,
died.
but Adelaide has several of them as clients. She gets paid to pretend to care about their lives, and I get to hear the sort of details.
Madame Dupre died the day before yesterday.
Yeah, we saw it in
Her
the
funeral was
newspaper.
held this morning.
My condolences.
But halfway through the service, the mourners heard a loud knocking coming from inside her coffin.
What?
She wasn't dead?
Apparently not.
She's a
Nearly
zombie.
interred alive, although her doctor swears she had no pulse. Dupre's son Andrew was quick to suspect foul play. He accused a man named Albert Martin, and the police arrested him.
So where do I come in? Sounds like the case has already been solved.
I strongly suspect that Martin is innocent, especially considering the talk of him having used black magic on Dupre. The police feel they have enough evidence to
Magic.
convict, so they're not bothering to investigate any further. You're going to look into it and see if I'm right. Then find the person who was really behind this.
Has Madame Dupree recovered?
Has Madame Dupre recovered from her ordeal?
I'm afraid not. Apparently she's been catatonic since they pulled her out of the coffin.
How unfortunate.
If you'd like to question Mr. Martin, he's being held at the Bow Street Jail. Or you could take a look around his house. It's at 451 Compton Street in Worcester.
And the Dupre home?
That's at Emmeline and Comtesse, right across from the old Angeline convent. It's also possible you might run into the police during your investigation, since they're technically still on the case.
Thanks for the warning.
Okay.
Was there anything you wanted to talk about before you get started?
I have a couple of questions.
Yes, actually, I had a couple of questions.
Let's hear them then.
So, how are you?
How are things going with you?
Work is hectic as usual, and I'm spending my day off in here. But considering my home life is still a shambles, maybe this is the best place to be.
I'm truly sorry about that.
Don't be ridiculous. If it hadn't been for you, I'd still be chained to that philandering bastard. It hasn't been
Philandering
easy, but
bastard.
I'm much better off this way. Trust me. Anyway, work gives me something to focus on. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yes, and I'm grateful to you for getting me these case leads. I know you're taking a risk to do it.
It's the least I can do. How about you? How's Adelaide?
She's fine, although things between us could be improved, if I'm being honest. The less said about it right now, the better, I think.
Yes, because of Bill.
Sorry to hear that. You can talk to me about it if you need to, although I'm probably not the best person to ask for relationship advice.
Because, Bill died and he's haunting me now.
Don't suppose there have been any developments regarding Bill's murder.
Unfortunately not. The department hasn't exactly been focusing on that case as a priority. The general attitude is that it was an accident. Bill died an honorable death in the line of duty.
Would have been nice if they bothered saying that at the funeral.
And of course there are still those who blame you for his death, Snelling being the first and foremost.
But the man who killed him is still out there.
Yes, I know, but it looks like you're on your own if you want to find him. My hands are tied. I can only ask around so much before the higher-ups get suspicious. Just don't give up. New Bretagne may be a big city, but the criminal world is surprisingly close-knit. If you find any connections or leads during your other cases, be sure and let me know. I'll do the same if I find anything out.
See, she has a priority straight. You could learn a lot from Upton.
So New Britain is a city, not like the entirety of North America. But I still think it could be like New York or something like that.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
Madame Dupree.
What do you know about Madame Dupre?
Only what I've read about her in the paper. She's been married thrice, which I can empathize with, and she's extremely rich, which I can't.
What makes you think this Martin fellow is innocent?
The fact that the only evidence is the word of Dupre's son. I've seen this sort of thing thousands of times, and I'm sure you did too. They're just looking for a scapegoat. You're the only person I know who can put it right.
Upton's intentions are noble, but she has to realize this is just a drop in the ocean.
That's enough about the case for now.
Okay,
That's it, I think.
then you'd better get back to it.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to help you find the flower shop burglar, but I suppose freeing an innocent man is a worthy diversion.
Indeed. I'm just gonna go ahead and save. Wait. Come back. That guy was not there before.
On the dark roads of Montana, there's a shadow in the dirt. The whisper of a mountaineer in a ragged flannel shirt. He walks the stony hillsides with his mandolin in hand, but you'll never see his face around this long forgotten land.